How y'all doing? This is Kimberly Frank from Foreclosures Gone Wild, and I am so excited to have Frank Viccaretti on the phone today to tell you about a new business adventure that you are just going to be blown away. Frank and I have known each other for years, and we're always looking for multiple streams of income, and you're just going to be amazed at what Frank has to provide to you. He has such a background of knowledge of building teams that it's just unbelievable of all the things that he can do. He's from upstate New York, and he was also a professional ice hockey referee. So he knows how to get through and get everything moving as a referee, kind of what I do in short sales, refereeing between the negotiator, the seller, and the buyer. I just love it. He also has owned several sports-related businesses, but the best part is he's built sales organizations of over 10,000 people in several countries, not counties, countries, guys. And he knows exactly how to do all the marketing because he's a consultant for many companies. He coaches and mentors individuals through the United States and Canada. So I just want to welcome Frank on the call. He's one of the top leaders in the company that we're going to be talking about. He works closely with the owners on this company. And Frank, just come on the call and tell us what you got to offer for my students. I'm just so excited to have you on the call tonight.
Fantastic. Well, Kimberly, thank you very much. I appreciate the time to be on this call today, and excited to share with your students just not only an incredible opportunity, but something very unique that I'm going to guarantee each and every one of you have never seen before. We have put together a model that I'm going to hold off on sharing with you what it is. That's going to blow you away. That is completely different than any traditional model that's out there, franchising model, affiliate marketing model, direct sales model, etc. And you're going to be quite excited to see what we're doing and really how this can help increase more revenues in your portfolios with obviously other revenue sources. And before I do that, I just want to real quickly give it back to Kimberly. As she mentioned, we've known each other for several years now, and one of the things I've always admired about her, and I say this over and over again, whether it's on a conference call or in person with people with her, or even to her personally, is I really admire her diligence and her prudence before she does something. Because sometimes people could be very impulsive and just jump at something, but she doesn't only do it just for herself. She's also doing it in the best interest of her students, because she understands that she's looking out for all of you, because if she's not helping you make money, helping you be put in a better position to win, it could really backfire. And at the end of the day, isn't it about a relationship? It's not just about business, it's about a relationship. And so we are so excited that Kimberly came on board after she got a chance to speak with me, meet one of our owners, and really go through this inside and out and realize how powerful this is, how it can really fit in to her portfolio, how it can fit into your portfolio, and help everybody, be successful and win together, and not only help ourselves and our own families, but be able to reach out and help other people as well. So with that said, I'm not going to really talk much about myself because Kimberly shared with you my background. So I really want to get into the information. I first of all want to talk about what I call the magic number. This is one of my favorite slides, and here's why it is. It doesn't matter who you are listening to this today. It doesn't matter if you're the CEO of your company. Maybe you own multiple companies. Maybe you're an investor in the real estate market or stocks or currencies. Maybe you have a job, you work for somebody else. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we all have that magic number. We're trying to meet our current bills, the monthly bills we have, and more importantly, we're trying to plan for our future, retirement, children's education, the dream home, the vacations, whatever it is. And on the right-hand side is the money that we currently make, whether that's one vehicle or several vehicles that we're using, which I like to call our portfolio, to not only match but exceed that magic number. And unfortunately, the facts are the facts, but about 97% of America is not even matching that magic number. They're quite below it. So we're excited that we can bring something to people that can fit into their busy lifestyle, is something that's new, it's fresh, it's revolutionary, and can help people not only match that number, but exceed that number. And at the end of the day, here's what I want to impart to you before I go on, is time. See, once you spend time, it can't be replaced. And I want to show you a way that not only how you can make more money, but put more time back in your life to do the things that are more important than just working all the time and trying to pay some bills and so on and so forth. Now let's talk a little bit about our company. Our company is called Envato International, and in Latin it stands for to enter into or new beginnings. We're a little over 2 years old. We're based in a suburb just outside of Cleveland, Ohio called Chagrin Falls, and we are taking advantage of 3 major trends today that are exploding: the group buying industry, the gas and electric energy deregulation, and the travel industry. We are currently doing business throughout the United States, in parts of Canada, namely Ontario, Quebec, and British Columbia. And we now are getting ready to start our European expansion into three European countries over the course of the next 30 to 60 days, another 3 countries before the year's over, and then we're already planning our Latin America and Asian expansion and Central America into 2013. So as you're hearing this, please understand this is truly a global opportunity for each and every one of you. And when you see this model that we're using, that we're applying to these 3 industries, you'll understand very clearly how you truly can have a global business through our company. Now, what separates Envato from most traditional companies? See where it says you over here? That could be you, the traditional business owner. Maybe you have a brick and mortar business, a franchise, or an internet-based business. Maybe you're an affiliate marketer. Maybe you're in a direct sales company. But that's you. You're the business owner. You're the entity, if you will. Then you have a team of people. And that team of people could represent you having multiple locations, offices, storefronts. It can mean you have a sales team. It can mean you have a bunch of other affiliate marketers in your network. Or in the direct sales industry, it can mean independent representatives and or affiliates in your organization. And the only way you can acquire more customers in any of those business models is by you and your team going out and acquiring more customers. And that's okay. That's multi-billion-dollar industries today. But our company said, what if we could do something a little different? What if we could revolutionize the way business is done? What if customers could go out and get us more customers than any of our locations, any of our sales team, any of our representatives could ever go get cumulatively in a lifetime? And I want to introduce to you a new concept that you've never heard before called multi-viral marketing. And what that just simply means is we have created a system that financially incentivizes every single person and every single transaction. The customers incentivized financially, the business owners incentivized financially, and you and I also are financially incentivized to make money over what I'm about to share with you. So please keep that concept, multi-viral marketing and financial incentive, in the back of your mind as I continue to move on. Now let me first share with you the 3 industries we're taking advantage of and how we're applying this concept. The first industry is the group buying industry. This industry is about 4 years old now. Realistically, it's got about 18 months of a track record. That's when it started picking up a lot of momentum. Today, it is the fastest growing industry in the history of business. There's over 80 million subscribers in over 40 countries across the globe. And this is one of my favorite bullets. Over 400,000 transactions per day, $10 million plus is changing hands every 24 hours. Think about that. The next 24 hours that passes, another $10 million in business was just generated. It's projected to grow 300% plus annually over the next several years. And the best part of all, as big as this industry is, 90% of current internet users don't know or maybe never have heard of the online group buying industry. Now, let's talk a little bit more about this industry. Some of you may be familiar with it, and some of you may not, because once again, it's fairly new. But I'm a big believer that documentation always beats a good conversation. And wouldn't you agree it's all about being on the front end of trends, and timing is so important? So let's talk about some of the players. The 2 major companies in the industry are Groupon and Living Social. Groupon today is an $18 billion company. They went public in the fall of 2011. Now, folks, think about that. Imagine if all of us listening to this today had gotten involved in Groupon, maybe we're an investor, whatever it was, we got a piece of Groupon back in 2008. Imagine where we would be today, just a few years later, having a piece of an $18 billion company. You probably wouldn't even be listening to this today. And then there's many other companies that have jumped onto this industry because it's so huge, and they're what we call the Generation 1 companies. And I want to share with you just a couple examples. Remember we said documentation beats conversation. Here's just a couple screenshots of a couple of example deals. And for those of you maybe that don't understand this industry, what they do is they go to local businesses and say, how would you like to be the featured deal of the day in your respective city? And you can run a deal, you give away at least 50% or more off, and we have a bunch of people in our database that are interested in deals. And when they buy it, then that's when you pay us based on how many people buy, and we take half of the money collected. So here's a couple of examples. This is a spa in Vegas, ran a deal, $20 of spa treatment for $10, over 100 people bought it. This is a hotel in the Riverwalk of San Antonio, $109 value for 59 bucks. Over 2,000 people bought this deal. I'm sure many of you are familiar with Whole Food Markets, huge company. They ran a deal, $20 of food for 10 bucks. Ladies and gentlemen, check this out. They sold 1 million vouchers. They sold out with 14 hours left in the deal. So let me ask you all a question. You were able to help businesses use a marketing tool that maybe they're currently they're not using or not ever heard of, to reach a bunch of people who are interested in what they're selling. And you can get paid every time they sell something. Or what if you were able to connect a bunch of people who are interested in saving money on things they're going to buy anyways, and you can get paid every time they buy something. That was one of the things that really hit home with Kimberly. She's like, everybody's looking for a deal today. Are you kidding me? And the best part is, and we're going to talk more about this, is we give away everything for free. Now, let me talk about this. What if group buying was Generation 1? If you remember, everybody knows who Facebook is today. Facebook wasn't the first generation of social networking. It was Friender and MySpace. Facebook just took that model and said, we see a brighter future. We see something much bigger, and they became the next generation of social networking, and to this day, they're obviously the king of the hill. Our company took on the same mentality. We said, how can we be different than all these copycats and do something revolutionary, something different that will blow people away, but everybody can have a financial incentive in what we're doing? So what would that look like? Well, what if we married Groupon and social networking? What if we created a partnership or a marriage with these two huge Goliath industries? What would that look like? Well, I want to introduce you today to our company called Referdia. This is a subsidiary company of ours through Envato. And we are creating a new way of doing business called commerce networking. Now, how does it work? Well, very simple. You know people who own businesses. Imagine if you could connect a business to Referdia. You could bring them a zero upfront marketing tool which allows them to run specials and offers through the Referdia website. And in turn, you can also connect customers who are looking to save money. And the best part, it's free for a business to sign up and run offers to our site. It's free for consumers to sign up to take advantage of offers that are out there. And then what happens is the businesses run special offers or deals. Consumers buy only based on what they like, what they're interested, and when they want to buy. But the best part is you're in the middle of all these transactions because you connected these people. You're now getting paid on sales that you didn't even have to make. Now, folks, I just want to stop for a minute there and make sure that we hit home on this. Would you agree that most business models, I don't care if it's a traditional model, I don't care if it's a franchise, a direct sales, or an affiliate marketing kind of a model, would you agree that in most of those models, if not all, that somebody has to sell something and somebody has to pay something? But here, you're selling nothing. You're giving away free, and you're getting paid when the businesses run deals and consumers buy something. You're completely out of having to sell anything. Let them take care of their interactions through our website, but yet you're generating revenues from that. Now, what's the value to a business? Why would a business want to use Referdia? Well, number one, it's free to sign up. Secondly, it gives them an incredible marketing tool to reach customers that they don't have access to. There's no traditional advertising costs. See, would you agree that in a business, If you want to advertise and market, you typically got to spend money up front with no guaranteed results. Here, they don't pay anything unless we bring them customers. And also what we simply do is we get 20% of whatever the final cost was. So for an example, if it was a restaurant offering $30 of food for $20, we only get 20% of that $20, which would be $4, and they keep the other 80%. Now that's very different than these other companies like the Groupons that I shared with you, where they take 50% of the money. Plus you got to remember that business also has to give away 50%. So theoretically, these businesses are running at a 75% upfront loss to get a bunch of customers. You cannot run a business that way. That's not sustainable. And lastly, we give the business full control of their deals. What does that mean? We allow businesses to do what they're good at, which is run their business. They can run deals whenever they want. They can run it on Monday or Friday, once a week, once a month. They get to totally choose how they want to do it. And they can also set the price, the discounts. Instead of being forced to give away 50% or more off, they can give away 20% or 30%, whatever makes sense, whatever is still attractive, and whatever works within their business model. We also give them a free storefront. This is a web page. And on this storefront, they can put pictures, images. Very soon they can upload video content, information about themselves, a bio about themselves, other websites, social sites like Facebook, Twitter, all on this page for free. Cost them nothing. Once again, they can run deals whatever they want. Now what happens is, if a business wants to run a deal, they send the deal out, and it hits all the people in our database that are specifically interested in what they're selling. It doesn't go to everybody, only a target market of people. Isn't that really who you want to reach in the first place? The other thing that businesses love is it creates a strong following. We have put together a messaging tool where every single customer out of our database that buys from them becomes an instant follower of theirs. So that means they can now build a relationship with those people. Businesses can be added to the favorites of a consumer, and once again, it's free to sign up. One last point I want to make, remember we talked about financial incentives? These businesses, we are now teaching them another way how to make money through our company. Besides generating new business, we are now going back to these business owners and asking them, how would you like to make more money on your existing customers? And they say, sure, how can we do that? Well, you get your existing customers to follow you through Referdia. It costs them nothing to follow you. They get to take advantage of deals and contents and promotions you run, so it's a huge value add to their customer base. But in return, every time their customers buy something, not only from them but from any other business, that business is now making money on their customers in a way they currently, or no other business currently today, can make money. Now, what is the value to a consumer? The consumer only receives deals that they want, and they avoid deals that they don't want. See, when a consumer signs up with our company, we have a little bit of a Facebook feel. They get what's called a free profile page. They can pick what cities they want to track deals, and they can also pick specifically what their interests are. So they're only getting deals based on their likes and interests. There's no obligation. It's free to sign up. There's no membership. There's no monthly dues or fees, and they only buy something when it makes sense. They can follow their favorite businesses, and as I mentioned, once again, it's free to sign up, but here's the other important piece. Remember we talked once again, we talked about multi-viral marketing, financial incentives. I just showed you how we financially incentivize the business owner in two ways. We also financially incentivize the consumer. Every time a consumer goes to buy a deal, they have the option, if they choose, to refer 3 other people to buy that same deal, and they get their deal for free. So what do you think a consumer is going to do? They're already excited that they're saving money, but wouldn't you agree that they're going to go on Facebook and LinkedIn, send a tweet through Twitter, a text blast, an email blast, call people, go see people and say, hey, check out this deal I just bought. I saved X amount of dollars, and by the way, you can even possibly get it for free. Why don't you go buy it? Now, you got customers running around, going and getting more customers for the business and for us, because all that viral growth, and folks, this is huge, all that viral growth of consumers referring consumers, an infinite thread of viral growth is now tagged back to you who signed up that initial customer, which means, once again, you're getting paid on customers that you didn't have to go get. Your customers went and got for you. And once again, that is completely revolutionary. Compare that against any other business model out there. I'm sure you'd agree with me that those kind of models can't do that. Here's an example of their likes and interests, the different categories. And then lastly, I just want to show you another picture. This would be, we'll call this woman on the left Mary. She lives in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area, and she's only interested in Asian food, shopping, vehicles, and parties. That's all she's going to receive. We'll call the gentleman on the right John. He lives in the Cleveland, Akron area, likes pizza, likes sports, likes tickets maybe to Broadway, likes vehicles. Okay, he's a good sharp-dressed guy. Maybe he likes clothing. That's all he's going to receive. So think of how powerful that is. And lastly, the customer can customize their experience, meaning they can be notified by email, text, or on their tablet anytime there's a deal. So you think about this. We have customized the experience for the consumer, financially incentivized the consumer, financially incentivized the business, and once again, you and I have an opportunity to make money off of every purchase and every sale. And then lastly, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time here, I talked about others, you can see it. We are in a league of our own. We are not Generation 1. We're not the copycat Me Too. We are not only even the next generation, as I mentioned to you earlier, we have created a new business model called commerce networking. Now our company is also taking advantage of another huge industry. It's the deregulation of gas and electric. Folks, $500 billion is now up for grabs for the very first time in North America. How would you like to get paid on a service that people already use, a bill that they have to pay and they can't avoid, and by you simply signing them up for free on something they're already using, helping them save some money, imagine you generating a percentage of their bill. This has never happened ever before in North America. So the governments have opened up for competition, all the monopolies. Now, a lot of you on this line own properties. You know, you're property managers. You're in the commercial real estate as well. Maybe you own businesses, know people who own businesses. Imagine getting paid on a commercial account. Obviously, they spend more money. It is so simple. All that we do is fill out this one-page document. It's your name and information, the customer's information, and 2 copies of their bill. We submit it to corporate. Our job's done. Corporate does a quote, contacts them, answers their questions, tries to close the deal, and we, you and I, get paid every time they pay that bill. I'll share a quick story with you. I have a gentleman who signed up 14 hotels on Referdia. They're using Referdia to market their hotels. That was a no-brainer. Then we went to them after the fact and said, hey, we noticed that 4 of your hotels happen to be in some of the states that we do commercial energy. What if we could save you some money? We got a copy of their bills, sent it in, and then long story short, we saved those hotels, 3 of the 4, we saved over 30%. They signed a 36-month contract, and now we're getting paid guaranteed for the next 36 months in a row on something we did once, and if they renew, we continue to get paid. How would you like that to be you? And then the last industry we're taking advantage of is the travel industry. I don't know if you saw the Wall Street Journal recently, but there was a huge article about how travel is going to double over the next 10 to 15 years. And it just makes sense. It's so fit right into what we're doing. Everybody loves to travel, and everybody's looking for ways to save money on the travel. So we created a travel membership club. And very simple, this gives people a gateway into some of the most aggressive savings on cruises and airlines and 4- and 5-star resorts. Here's an example of resorts across the world. 7-day stays for between $100 and $450. Folks, you would spend that in 1 or 2 nights. And this isn't a gimmick where you get pitched on a timeshare. This is just these hotels, these resorts, they know their vacancy rate. And we guarantee, because of the power of what we do, that we'll be able to sell off the rest of the vacancy. So how would you like to get paid when people are saving money on travel? Here's another example with the cruises. I know someone who just recently saved almost $500 at a cruise package that they were already pricing out through Expedia, Priceline, and their local travel agent. And the way it works, this is the only service that we market that is not free. Everything else we give away is free. This is the only one that includes a cost. but it's worth it because of the savings. It's basically $19.95 a month, or I'll just say $20 a month. And there's 3 options. 6-month option, they just pay a $30 setup fee on top of the $20 a month. 12-month agreement, the setup fee is waived. In a 1-year agreement, not only is the setup fee waived, but also they get 1 extra month for free. So once again, imagine getting paid on businesses selling things, consumers buying things, energy bills, and travel. And now as far as you participate, let's talk about how you are financially incentivized. How would you like to take advantage of these industries? Well, our company has 2 different divisions. The first division is called the Direct Sales Consultant. There's a one-time investment of just $99. That allows you, it's more of a traditional, like an affiliate kind of a program, where you can go out and acquire as many consumers and as many businesses as you want. And then all the viral growth, you obviously get paid on. And then you can also, if you choose, refer other direct sales consultants, once again, similar to an affiliate program, and you can generate a 1-level override on what they do. The second position, or the second division, is more on a team building network kind of a position, where that allows you to build a team infinitely wide, infinitely deep, with as many independent representatives and or direct sales consultants. We still do the same thing. We acquire consumers and businesses, but there's more monies involved with bonuses and overrides, because obviously your team would grow beyond 1 level, but some people are just interested in the traditional side, and that's okay. Others say, you know what, I'd rather have a huge distribution channel and get paid on as many different ways as I could possibly get paid. And at the end of the day, folks, we are just utilizing this multi-viral marketing concept as the foundation of our entire program. Now, I want to give you an example of the direct sales consultant position financially. Now, I can give you a business example. I could talk about energy or travel, but I wanted to keep it simple. And just from time standpoint, let's just talk about consumers. Let's say that you personally signed up 50 consumers. These are people you signed up for free who are interested in saving money on deals from businesses they would buy from anyways. Now, remember we said the consumer is financially incentivized to get their deals for free? So besides word of mouth them telling people about Referdia, they're also going to tell people to try to get their deals for free. So let's say your 50 people referred 3 other people, and then they referred 3 other people, and so on and so forth. You would end up with over 150,000 consumers that you're getting paid on, but you only started with 50. What if you had 100 extra customers you were being paid on besides your 50? What if it was 1,000 more? Maybe 150,000 doesn't sound, you're trying to register that. Okay, but what if I'm 90% wrong? What if it was only 15,000? See, we're back to that back to the beginning. What separates us from anything else that's out there is customers giving you more customers than you and your team, your locations can ever go get in a lifetime. But let's say it was 15,000, not 150,000. Now, the commission could be averaging anywhere from 20 cents up to as much as $1.25. So you can see I wanted to go more on the conservative side. So let's say it was 25 cents. Now we got to ask ourselves a question: how often will these people buy something? Once a day, once a week, twice a month? How about if it was just once a month? Is that conservative enough? Your monthly income would be $3,750, roughly $50,000 a year in this example, and that's not counting the businesses you signed up and you getting paid on their followers. It's not counting energy, and it's not counting travel. What would that do for the average home today? That's how powerful what we're doing truly is. Now, for those of you that are looking at on the team building side, you're like, that direct sales consultant sounds great, but I'm more interested on the team building. I want to get paid on everything and anything that I could possibly get paid on. Well, as I mentioned earlier, you can build a team infinitely wide and infinitely deep of independent representatives and or direct sales consultants. And you can generate upfront bonus money up to $390 every time a new independent representative gets started, or maybe a direct sales consultant upgrades to an independent representative, and they get what's called certified. That just simply means they went out and acquired a handful of consumers and or businesses, and I'll show you what I mean by that in just a little bit. Now, I'll show you a breakdown. Every time you sponsor a new person in the business and they get certified, or somebody on your team does that, you could generate bonuses anywhere from $100 all the way up. It says $380, but it's really $390 because there's what's called generational money over here in these top two positions. Not important in this presentation, but it's anywhere from $100 to $390. So as an example, let's say you were just at the third earned position in our company, and you and your team went out and sponsored, say, 20 new independent representatives that either started that way or they upgraded to that position. They went out and got certified. That would be up to $4,600 just in bonus money you earned. And our company pays this money out not because we sponsored somebody. This bonus money is paid as a premium up front by us showing people how to go get some consumers and how to go get some businesses. Now let's talk about residuals. Now once again, just from time, I'm not going to show you energy and travel and all these different examples because once again, we'd be on this too long and we're all busy people. But I want to show you an example from the Referdia standpoint of signing up businesses and consumers, what this could look like. So you have a business that runs a deal through the Referdia website. Remember we talked about that earlier. In turn, Referdia sends that deal out to all the customers who are specifically interested in that type of business. Customers decide they want to buy, they pay through the Referdia site, and in return, Referdia pays the business the money that they have coming. Once again, they get 80% of the final cost. We only keep 20%. Now, our company pays 5 or 10% of what's called the net purchase price. But here's the more important part. Here is you and I in the middle of all this. Remember, we connected all these people, signed them up for free. We're in the middle of all these transactions, getting paid when businesses are selling and consumers are buying. Folks, do you realize that every second of the day, somebody is running a deal and somebody's buying something? I mean, that is one of the most powerful wealth principles that I can ever think of, called the 24-hour cash register, when you can get paid in that type of a manner. Now, let me show you just a very basic example. In these positions, you'll see these percentages. Okay, what we do is we take that commission and we break it down by percentage according to who is at what position in our company. So let's say as an example, here's you. And you turn around, and this might be just you only, or it could be you and your team have some businesses and or consumers that run a deal today and sell things and or consumers who buy things. So it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean all your businesses did something today. It can mean your businesses and or your team 250 transactions. Folks, we had a candy company that ran a deal and they sold 458 vouchers in just one deal. That's more than the example I'm showing you here. That's just one business. And then customers, this could be your customers, virally all the customers they let you to, and or customers in your team. Now, what would this look like? Depending on what position you hold, it would be anywhere from a couple $100 to just over $1,000, just based on these number of transactions. What if it was 2,500 business transactions and consumer transactions? Multiply those numbers by 10. What if it was 25,000? Remember I showed you the Whole Food Market? 1 million vouchers were sold? Do you know that if somebody signed up that company in our system, in our commission plan, that representative would have made $125,000 commission on that one deal? Yes, I did say $125,000. We have people in our company who have already signed up major casinos in Atlantic City, professional sports teams, athletes, entertainers, major corporations, and then many, many small, medium-sized businesses. Here's the way I look at it. I look at it like a toll booth. Would you agree that when people go through a toll booth, they're paying quarters, they're paying dimes, quarters, dollars, couple dollars every time a car goes through? Imagine you have your own toll booth on the internet, and every time a business runs a deal, or every time a customer buys something, you're picking up dimes, quarters, dollars, and several dollars per transaction. Would you agree that's going to add up to a lot of money? Now, we also have a benefit program. When you get to the top 200 positions in our company, you qualify for an annual vacation getaway, expense account, and we also have revenue sharing. Folks, do you remember in the beginning when I started talking about group buying, and Groupon is an $18 billion company today? And I said to you, imagine if you and I were on the front end of Groupon, back in '08 where we would be sitting today. Imagine today you now have that same opportunity, in my opinion, times 10 or 100-fold. Why would I make that kind of a bold statement? Very simple. The industry of group buying hasn't even taken off yet. It's still got a ton of growth. Secondly, we're not Groupon. We're not a Me Too. We're doing something revolutionary. No one is doing what we're doing. And on top of that, we have energy and we have travel. How would you like to get a piece of a soon-to-be multi-billion-dollar company? Now, what's the first step for you? What you want to do personally is go out, first of all, obviously get started in whatever the divisions that you see value in. And then secondly, you want to go out and start acquiring some consumers and businesses. And you'll see here on the left-hand side, we equate each service to a point value. And so what you want to do is go out and acquire initially 8 points, down here where I'm circling, and become what's called a certified representative. Our company is going to pay you a $100 bonus for getting yourself certified. Now, if any of you are familiar with affiliate programs or direct sales, typically you have to get certified just to be in a position to make money. Our company actually pays you to get certified. Then secondly, you want to jump 2 more points for a total of 10, and nobody stops here. You want to get as many points as you can because of that viral part. But you get to 10, and we help you initially sponsor 2 other representatives who each get certified with 8 points. They each make their $100 for getting certified, but because you sponsored them, you also make $100 on each of them for a total of $200, so you can make up to $300 right away. Now, we have people that have sponsored 5, 6, 7 people right away. Remember we said it, infinitely wide and infinitely deep. But the reason why you want to get here right away is because you jump to another pay level. And wouldn't you agree that in any organization, you want to move up as fast as you can to take advantage and capitalize on more of the compensation plan? So you want to put yourself in a position for a raise. Now, as we start winding down here, would we agree that timing is everything? See, folks, we cannot deny the timing of group buying. We can't deny the timing of a $500 billion gas and electric deregulation. We cannot deny the timing of travel. See, documentation always beats a good conversation. And positioning, would you agree that we are perfectly positioned in the middle of these industries, not only being in these industries, but we're a leader in these industries because we're doing something very unique, very different, and nobody is doing this multi-viral marketing concept. The reason why no one's doing it is because we created it. Now, will there be copycats down the road? Probably. But no one will always be ahead of the curve. We already see where this concept is going 1, 3, 5, 10 years from now. We're already building for the future. And then we have luck. I personally don't believe in luck. I love the great Joe Montana from the San Francisco 49ers, Hall of Fame quarterback, said it best. The harder I work, the luckier I get. To me, if you want to call it luck, I'm glad that you were lucky enough to hear this information today and be able to be on the front end of something very unique and very special. And then it leads me to the crossroads mentality. See, folks, it doesn't matter if you're on this line today and you own your own business. It doesn't matter if you're an investor. It doesn't matter if you're the CEO or president of a company. And it doesn't matter if you work for somebody else. And it doesn't matter if you own multiple businesses or you have multiple careers. At the end of the day, we all know what our salary is. And we can forecast. What is it going to look like a year, 3, 5 years from now? We can forecast those things. So today you got to make a decision. Do I just continue to do what I'm doing and do nothing different? And is that meeting your magic number? More importantly, is it exceeding your magic number? And more importantly than that, are you buying time back in your life? Are you able to spend more time doing things that are more important to you than just working all the time? I can't answer that question. Only you can. I can go by statistics. 97% of people cannot make that kind of a claim. The alternative is to get started. Take what you're already doing and then add Envato on top of this. I mean, you can fit this into your busy lifestyle and do this when you're on the go. You explain to me how somebody like Kimberly Frank, who is a very successful businesswoman, has many things going on, teaching, coaching, mentoring, doing things that, running her own businesses. How could she add this to her plate? You explain to me how we're having many, many doctors come into our company, how doctors can be involved in something like this with the crazy schedules they have. And I can go on and on. The reason why is because they know they need more. Because everybody's affected by today's economy. And if you're not just building, if you're not only building for today for your family, but if you don't have your eye on the future, you're putting your family at risk. That's just not smart business. That's not being a good steward of the home. So the last thing I want to talk about is, and then we have a special offer for you that we're going to share with you, is what are we going to do? Let's just bring this all full circle. We're going to show you and teach you how to acquire customers and how to acquire businesses. It is so simple. Can you give away free? And would you be okay getting paid not only when they buy things or sell things, but virally you're getting paid on more business that you had nothing to do with? Secondly, for those of you interested in the team building side, the network part, we'll show you how to build a team. Now, if you're listening to this and you're only interested in the traditional part, great. We don't even have to talk about building a team. And then lastly is our training and support system. We're going to work with you and teach you step by step, word for word, how to do what you need to do, and we're going to support you from a corporate level, a team level, and also a leadership level. See, we've assembled an all-star team of leaders to work with Kimberly. It wasn't just me. I've got some key individuals that I brought to the table to help support all of you so that you can be in a position to win. You got to do your part, but it puts you in a position to win. And then now we want to bring you to a special offer that Kimberly's put together. So really, what's next? Some of you today might say, it sounded great, but maybe I'm not interested right now or whatever it is. And that's okay. I would encourage you to at least sign up as a Refer to Your consumer for free. Why not take advantage of deals? Or if you own a business, why would you not want to market your business for free and generate more business? Think about it. Tell me one reason why you would say, no, I don't want to go get more customers, or I don't want to make more money off my existing customers. And you can simply go to Kimberly's site, my.refertoya.com/Kimberly Frank. And we made a little note here. You do not have to put www, and make sure you put a dot between my and Refer to Ya. Okay? The second person says, you know what? This is incredible. Not only do I want to save money and or market my business, but I want to take advantage of this. I want to make money from this. But I'm more seeing myself at that traditional position. Fabulous. You get signed up and enrolled as a direct sales consultant, pay the one-time, your only other cost is $10 a month that covers your website and your reporting, like back office kind of thing. If you also want to have the travel membership, there's an extra $20, but that's optional, up to you. And all that you have to do is go to Kimberly's site, www.myinvado.com/Kimberly Frank, and then when you go through the enrollment process, it's going to ask you for what's called an enroller ID number, and this is Kimberly's representative number, okay? And then you will be obviously part of the team, and then as a special bonus, if you will have another direct sales consultant placed underneath you. So that means now you're going to get a $10 referral bonus, and you're going to get an override on what they do. This is just Kimberly being generous to each and every one of you. She could put all these people all on the front line if she wanted to, but she wants to share the wealth with each and every one of you. And then third, some of you say, no, I want to do it all. I want to build this huge distribution channel. I want to get a piece of everything that's going on. The independent representative position, I get it, I want it, let's do it. And then all that you do, same thing, you just get enrolled at this position instead. You go to the same website, www.myinvado.com/Kimberly Frank, same representative number, and then what you're going to receive is a representative placed underneath you. Now, what does that mean to you? As soon as you and they get your first 8 customer points within your first 30 days, you're going to make a $200 bonus. Remember I talked about that earlier. So theoretically, you started for $4.99, but really you started for $2.99 because of, once again, the generosity of Kimberly, and she's going to just keep building these lines or these legs, whatever you want to call them, straight down. So you got to do your part, but you're also going to have a team growing underneath you, and now you're in a position for overrides. And regardless if you enroll as an independent representative or a direct sales consultant, as an added bonus, Kimberly is also adding on top of this a 2-day training that has a $99 value, and obviously you're going to get that over and above. And the first ones to get started get the most people in their team. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it back over to Kimberly. I know she has some comments that she wants to make, and if there's any questions or whatever, we'll be happy to answer them as well. So Kimberly, it's all yours.
Hey guys, thanks for listening. Frank, that's fantastic. You know, I am just here so that you can start living the life you want to live. And that's bringing you multiple ideas in business. Business that can go with what you're already doing. Things that will not defer you from or distract you from what you, well, I'd say your passion is. Like my passion is real estate. This is a go with, and it's a no-brainer, easy to sign up for it. One of the things, though, that I can see a lot of people having the mistakes, definitely, which Frank mentioned, is make sure you do not put www in front of the free sign-up for the customer or the business. And guys, if you don't even want to sign up as a direct consultant, make sure you sign up as a consumer or a business and tell all your family and friends about it, because right now businesses need help. They need to get more customers, and they're looking for this. But I say, why would you in turn refer people to me when you could easily enroll as a DSC for $99. Everyone has $99 that can invest in their future. All you need to do is go to www.myinvado.com/KimberlyFrank. And Frank, you said that the rep number, do they need to write that down to put in? Because I used to be able to see on my screen where it said Kimberly Frank for when they signed up.
Yeah, well, the reason why I said that is because sometimes people, I've had a few of your students already that have called and said, hey, I tried to go through the site and it asked me for the representative number, and my guess is they may have typed in your name wrong. Maybe they missed the extra E in Kimberly. So just as a backup, you may see this number already encrypted in the page, but if you don't, then just you could type it in. So that's the only reason why I put it in there, just as a backup. In case that happens to you, maybe you just didn't pay attention when you were typing the website in, and you don't see the encryption of this number, 321720, you could simply type it in the box, and it still works the same way.
Okay, well, Frank, you test those websites for me, because I'm just testing them, and when I tested it, it used to say Kimberly Frank, and I can see the confusion, and I don't know if you can correct it, or just, guys, it's really important. If I'm building a team, I'm helping you build a team. So making sure you're underneath me is going to be a vital part of building the team. So make sure you write down my rep number of 321720. Also, if you have any challenges whatsoever, you call the office at 407-888-3255. And then you can enroll as an independent rep, which obviously, you know, I enrolled that because I could see the future. I could see that everybody's looking for coupons. My daughter's watching the show. Her and I were watching the show where the woman can go to the grocery store. She collects all the coupons and she gets her food for free. You know, there's shows out there that are driving people to look for coupons. There's shows out there that are driving people to see how you can get something for free. What I like is that they have this built in to refer to you right now as, hey, how do you want to get this for free? Refer 3 friends and have them buy it. I mean, this is a no-brainer. And for your future, for an investment, a one-time fee of $4.99, it's well worth every penny spent. Go to www.myinvado.com/Kimberly, and obviously you see Kimberly spelled Kimberlee, Frank, and take down the rep number of 3212720. Frank, don't circle it. Just just point at it, because it's kind of making me sick here. So guys,
sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. And depending upon the people, it's always distraction too. So we'll just point it out to them. And again, if you have any questions, go to 407-888-3255. And I do have the 2-day up-and-coming events. I run them regularly. So if you signed up as a DSC, I'm going to honor it to any one of mine. As an IR, I'm going to honor that also. So just take and move forward so that you can help your family and friends. I mean, it's amazing. I signed up and I'm getting all these leads. I signed everybody. I just sent out my flyers, which Frank, did you get that flyer I created for the business? kind of off yours?
Yeah, nice. It's great. I love it, and it's just another tool to utilize to get businesses signed up. It's clear, it's concise, right to the point, and businesses love it. So I did see it, and great job on putting it together.
Well, it came from yours, and that's the best part. You don't have to create this marketing, guys. So whenever I create something or Frank creates something, it goes to the downline, and then we share how you can just hand these out. And I went up and down the shopping complex here and went in and I talked to all the business people here. I kind of felt like a solicitor that I say no soliciting, but you know what happened? They didn't care. They were so excited. It wasn't that I was trying to sell them something. I was trying to give them customers. They were so happy to see me. They're like, oh, we need to do something so bad because we have empty shops in our store complex, and, you know, we really need to build it. This is a great idea. So this is just definitely a no-brainer. On the way to work today, I'm thinking, well, if I didn't have my 2-day training, I could hit all these other places, you know. I went down to my dentist. I went to the doctor. I went to my hairdresser's already signed up. I'm going for my nail lady. She's signing up. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. And what cracks me up is, in return, I'm going to get a coupon sent to me from that business to get a discount. And in addition, I get paid off of the own coupon when I purchase it. So it's like you get everybody you want signed up, and then you're getting a benefit too. So you're getting multiple benefits here that you don't even think about. And Frank, didn't they sign up some football player you were telling me about?
Yeah, we actually signed an NFL football player, Terrell Owens, who's going to be a future Hall of Famer. And just to give another example, folks, of the uniqueness of this model, Terrell has 1 million followers between Twitter and Facebook fan page. And his slogan is going to be even T.O. catches deals. And he's going to be in about, well, any day now, he's going to be starting to send out tweets and posting on his fan page and Facebook saying, hey, go check out my site. And he's going to drive all of his fans and followers to his Referdia site. They now turn around and sign up. And what he's doing is just to make it fun. He's going to do some cool contests and promotion on top of them just signing up for free, just to create more, you know, excitement with everybody. And when we first talked to him, we said, hey, T.O., let's ask you a question. How much money do you make on your 1 million followers? And he said, well, really not a lot. We said, what if we could change that for you? And for those of you listening, let's say conservatively, I think this is ultra-conservative, let's say only 5% of his followers follow him. You would think the majority would because it's free, right? And then he could do contests and promotion. Let's say it was 5%. That's 50,000 people tagged to him. Now every time they buy something, he makes money. All the viral growth of them referring people also gets tagged back to him. And we actually have a major MTV celebrity we're just about ready to finalize the deal on. She has 8 million followers. We just signed a deal with a professional indoor football league called the United Indoor Football League with 10 teams. They're excited. We just signed a Round Table and CC's Pizza, 2 major national franchises. Dream Dinners is another major franchise. But I also want to make sure you understand, go back to what Kimberly said, how she's been talking to the local businesses. We also have a lot of small, medium-sized businesses signed up as well.
The purpose of the question to you is that how can you capitalize on those people that they're dropping into Referdia? Well, sign up other businesses because they're going to be buying from those businesses in the area. So you can capitalize on all the customers that the football player is dropping in there. So it's not the fact that you can't capitalize on the consumers that are already in there. It's that you can, because the more you add into it, the more chances you have of getting paid more money. And when I say chances, I mean, it's like playing poker. If you do nothing, nothing's going to happen to you. Sign up, go ahead and sign up as a consumer. You'll get some coupons. You'll utilize that. But it's time to make a decision. Do you want to work the rest of your life, or would you like to have a check coming in on a regular basis? I use the example of the guy who created the coupons, how he got, I think it was like a half a penny on every coupon ever used for the rest of his life. Technically, he kind of like trademarked it. Well, we are kind of like going through and doing that with all of our consumers, and we're tagging them for the rest of their lives that we're going to get paid off these people. We're tagging that business whatever they do, we're going to get paid the rest of our life. It's having an army underneath you of people just feeding your family, and then you in turn can do a lot of things that you're looking to do. And it's just to go with. I'm not saying you don't have to make it your life, but if you just talk about it on your regular conversations, I mean, it's why not? Why wouldn't they sign up? And my daughter, she's already telling everybody about it. She's looking. She says, the funniest part, she's so funny. She says, well, how do you know someone's going to want to buy exactly what I want to buy? And she's so picky, she wouldn't tell them anyway. She doesn't want them to get the same shoes. And I said, because they are. And she says, well, Mama, I'm going to go ahead and I'll send it out. And she's finding out that the girls are interested in doing that. They're all interested in making money and getting coupons and moving forward. So we're going to finish this on up. Go to my.referdia.com/KimberlyFrank with no W's, and make sure you use the dot beside it. For those who aren't interested in becoming a DSC or an IR, make sure you sign up. Change your life by getting some coupons. Show it to your family who owns businesses that need help with consumers, because they are definitely looking to grow. Spread the word. The next thing is enroll. For $99, what do you have in your future? $99, I know I go get my hair done for $155, or your nails for whatever, $40, $60. Invest in your future for $99. Go to www.myinvado.com/KimberlyFrank. Those who really want to take this to the next level and want the multiple streams of income flowing on a regular basis, sign up now, because I'm going to tell you, they're going to be changing up a lot of this business model, in my opinion, as time goes on. They're going to require extra things. What I can't see that happening now, because they're off and running, and now's the time to jump in. Don't tell me later on, oh, I wish I would have, because I'm going to say, well, I did, and you need to take and make a change in your life. Go to www.myinvado.com/KimberlyFrank, and let's get you start going. We'll put the people in line and the order in which they come. I'm looking to grow a team. My rep number is 321720. Make sure you sign up, and then after you sign up, make sure you call my office at 407-888-3255 so I can get you immediately out the next training event, so that you're able to attend and learn a lot and also have real estate in your life. And Frank, I just want to thank you for bringing this forward to my students who are longtime family members. I mean, once they're with me forever. I've had people for years with me. In fact, Kristen followed me down from Michigan here to the Florida area. So we're all about growing as a team. I share what I have, I share what I grow with, and I just wanted to provide this information to them. And thanks, Frank, for bringing that to them.
My pleasure, Kimberly, and I'm so excited, to be working with you and your students. I know when you and I went back and forth with our discussions, in the back of my mind, just knowing how you conduct yourself and how you do business, I'm like, if she sees this and really, jumps on board here, her and her people could do some significant things. So I'm ecstatic that you guys are on board, and your students, and looking forward to a long journey together, and having not only making great money together, but changing lives and having fun along the way.
Yeah, and you know what, Frank, I don't know if you mentioned this, so I'm just going to recap. I'm going to be letting all of my other seminar speakers know about this, so they're going to get you could have someone underneath you that's a seminar speaker. So it's time for you guys to take action now. Move forward. Thanks again for being on the call. Talk to you all soon. God bless.